I get it, you're scrolling through a dozen drone ads, and the last thing you want is to drop a few $100 on a gadget that ends up gathering dust because it doesn't fit your workflow. You've probably heard the buzz about DJI's new Mavic 4 Pro Fly More combo, and you're wondering whether the hype translates into real-world value for you. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. Let's break down what you actually get when you pull that silver box out of the bag and decide if it's the right fit for your next shoot. First impressions start with the unpacking. The Fly More combo comes with 3 batteries, a 128GB micro SD card, a dedicated backpack, and a fold-out landing pad. That's a lot of accessories, and the first thing most owners notice is how the drone itself still folds down to a compact size that fits nicely in the backpack's internal compartment. The setup time is roughly 15 minutes. You insert the battery, slide the SD card in, power on, and the DJI app walks you through a quick calibration of the compass and the 3-camera gimbal. The process feels polished, but there's a learning curve if you've never synced a drone with a mobile device before. The app's prompts are clear, yet you'll still need to spend a few flights just to get comfortable with the 3-camera switch and the new ActiveTrack 360 interface. Now, let's talk about daily usability. The headline numbers are impressive: 51 minutes of max flight time, an 18.6-mile transmission range, and a 6K 60 FPS video stream. In practice, the 51-minute figure is an optimistic upper bound you'll rarely hit unless you're flying in perfect conditions with a light payload. Real-world tests I've seen show about 3,540 minutes of usable time when you're actively filming, especially once you factor in the weight of the extra batteries you'll likely rotate through. That's still a solid window for a half-day shoot, and the extra 2 batteries in the combo mean you can swap them out midday without missing a beat. The 3-camera system is where the Mavic 4 Pro starts to separate itself from the previous generation. You get a 100-megapixel still capture sensor, a 6K video sensor with HDR, and a low-light fisheye lens designed for night flight. In daylight, the 100MP stills deliver the kind of detail that holds up when you print large-format banners for events or real estate listings. The HDR video mode smooths out high-contrast scenes, think sunrise over a coastline, so you don't end up with blown-out skies. The low-light fisheye sensor shines when you're shooting at dusk or in a cityscape with minimal street lighting. The footage retains recognizable detail without turning everything into a grainy mess. ActiveTrack 360 is another practical upgrade. Instead of locking onto a single direction, the drone can follow a subject that moves around you, maintaining framing from any angle. For a travel vlogger who wants to capture themselves biking down a mountain trail, the feature works reliably as long as you keep the subject within a reasonable distance, about 30 meters. The Omnidirectional obstacle avoidance, powered by forward, backward, and side sensors, adds a layer of safety, especially in cluttered environments like forest canopies or indoor events. I've seen it gracefully sidestep a low branch while tracking a runner, which saved the footage and the drone from a potential crash. What about the hidden trade-offs? The most obvious is the drone's weight. At just under 1 kilogram, it's still portable, but it's heavier than the Mavic 3 Classic you might have used before. That extra mass means you'll feel the impact of wind more acutely, and you'll need a proper registration with the FAA if you're flying in the US. The larger 128GB card is a blessing for the massive 6K files, yet it also means you'll need a workstation capable of handling high-resolution video editing. If your post-production setup tops out at 1080p, you might be paying for a level of detail you never really use. Battery management is another practical consideration. The Fly More combo's 3 batteries give you roughly an hour and a half of total flight time if you rotate them efficiently, but the batteries are not hot swap friendly. You have to land, replace, and then restart the app's flight timer. That downtime can add up during a tight schedule. The included charging hub helps by letting you charge 2 batteries simultaneously, but you'll still need a wall outlet or a portable power bank to keep the hub running on location. Who should buy this? If you're a professional or serious enthusiast who needs high-resolution stills and 6K video without compromising on flight time, the Mavic 4 Pro Fly More combo is a compelling package. Real estate agents who want crisp aerial property shots, travel creators who need reliable tracking in dynamic environments, and documentary filmmakers who often shoot in low light will all benefit from the tri-camera versatility and the safety net of omnidirectional avoidance. The included backpack and extra